Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon again and welcome. Thank you for coming. We have invited you here to share a very grave concern. And that concern is about a former Attorney General of this dear Republic of Ghana, Honorable Marietta Briopon, who chose to allow herself to be used to issue a statement on the letterhead of the opposition National Democratic Congress in a matter that is beyond salvage. The matter at hand is a judgment against Airbus SE. Airbus SE, as you all by now realize, is Europe's largest aerospace international and is confessed to a high court in London of paying huge bribes in order to secure contracts in several countries, including Ghana, between 2011 and 2015. The plane maker has been fined in excess of 3 billion euros. 3 billion euros as penalties. And this is a sum that anti-corruption campaigners are saying is the largest ever corporate settlement in the history of corruption, where you settle in the form of deferred judgments. In other words, instead of going through a trial, the potentially guilty party engages prosecutors and accepts penalties that it will pay in concession for what they have done. And in this case, this is probably the largest that has ever been seen, because the court described the corruption that was uncovered as, and I'm quoting, grave, pervasive, and pernicious. And this is the corruption that involved Ghana. The court further noted that Airbus used, and I quote, a network of secret agents to pay large-scale backhanders to officials in foreign countries to land high-value contracts, unquote. Court documents and proceedings on the internet say a high-ranking elected Ghanaian government official was allegedly involved in acts of bribery intended to improperly influence his conduct of government business. That official is further referred to as Government Official 1 in the court documents. This network used a high-ranking elected government official known as Government Official 1 to conduct its business. On the face of the evidence presented, Government Official 1 appears to be no other than former President John Dramani Mahama, now presidential candidate of the NDC for the 2020 presidential and general elections. The New Patriotic Party would have been content with the swift response of the government in referring the matter to the Office of the Special Prosecutor. Indeed, we would have, and we commend His Excellency the President for his swift decision to refer the matter to the Office of the Special Prosecutor. A statement came out late last night that the Presidency had requested the Office of the Special Prosecutor to pursue the matter to a close. It is welcome and very necessary, because this is an international matter and other countries involved have also set up inquiries of their own. So that means the standards are international. We can't get away with local standards. The international community are in on it. They are watching. Those other countries have started their investigations. But notwithstanding the referral to the OSP, it is important to note that the former Attorney General's intervention on behalf of candidate Mahama is very, very weak and unable to directly respond to the hard facts as put out by the United Kingdom Serious Fraud Office. It is therefore necessary, and we are calling the former president out, that former president, now candidate John Dramani Mahama, responds directly to the issue himself. Question: is he Government Official 1? Question: is he the high elected Ghana government official, also known as Government Official 1. Candidate Mahama is no stranger to speaking to the international community and the world. So he shouldn't find any difficulty responding to these questions we are putting him now. He has been known to assemble diplomats and speak to them, even when he was telling them lies. We all recall in the aftermath of the Airbus Bribery matter, he actually assembled journalists and showed them videos that were not reflective of the matter at hand. When he was exposed, he went quiet. Now, we want him to assemble the diplomats and tell them whether or not he is involved in the Airbus SE scandal as Government Official 1. He should tell the whole nation what he knows about Government Official 1 and the processes leading to the purchase of the aircraft from Airbus SE, because he was president at the time. The serious matter at hand and the accusations demand immediate action. It's a very serious matter to have accused Government Official 1, who we believe solidly to be John Mahama, of complicity in an organized effort to dupe the government in acquiring high-value contracts at an international level. It's a matter that we believe stains the reputation of Ghana and therefore requires immediate action to restore our international reputation. At the risk of letting you know what you know already, it's still important. The story so far is reasonably clear. Airbus SE, in seeking to sell Ghana 3 military transport planes between 2009 to 2015, actively engaged Government Official 1, who we believe strongly is John Mahama, and further described him as a key decision maker in the purchase of aircraft by the then government of Ghana. Though the deal for 2 planes was concluded in 2011, the elected government official could not have been the late President Mills. The elected high-level government official could not have been President Mills, because the evidence identifies a go-between who is said to be a close relative of Government Official 1. In other words, for those who are using timelines to say that John Mahama couldn't have been the high elected official and not Government Official 1, because at the time the first deals were concluded in 2011, he was not the president, may be misfiring, because the betweener had already been identified. That go-between was referred to as Intermediary 5 in court documents. And Intermediary 5 is further identified as a UK national born in Ghana, who is said to have migrated to the United Kingdom as a young child and therefore lost touch with his Ghanaian family until the late 1990s. Now the corroboration comes from the president himself. According to President Mahama's account of his siblings in his book, My First Coup d'etat, the profile of Intermediary 5 appears to fit perfectly that of the long-lost and found brother who was in the UK. Having been found, Intermediary 5, the brother, conveniently surfaces to be the preferred business partner of Airbus in his deal with the government of Ghana through his brother, Government Official 1. So there is no doubt that the deal was with John Mahama and couldn't have been with President Mills. Remarkably, but not surprisingly, Intermediary 5 had no experience whatsoever in the aerospace industry. A CV provided to Airbus in 2011 listed his employment before 2009 as an events manager for a local authority, director of a football merchandising company, and a facilities manager for an estate management business. Yet, Intermediary 5 was able to initiate contact between Airbus and the government of Ghana about aircraft sales. Court records state that as early as January 2009, immediately power changed hands in Ghana, Airbus had understandings with Intermediary 5 to pursue Government Official 1, which fed directly into the expression of interest sent out by the government of Ghana around June 2009. From 2009, Intermediary 5 and its associates worked on the sales to the government of Ghana without even a written consultancy agreement. This included consistent liaison with government official 1, which, as we've said, we believe strongly is then John Mahama, as the key decision maker regarding the potential Airbus C295 sale to the government of Ghana. On December 7th, 2009, Intermediary 5 and another associate registered Company D in Ghana. This is for the court records. A company of the same name was incorporated in the UK in February 2010. Company D, the corporate vehicle through which Intermediary 5 and its associates provided go-between services to Airbus and government official 1, is key here because they met government official 1 in London, where a final decision was taken for the government of Ghana to acquire planes from Airbus. It is important to note that the two associates who were working with Intermediary 5 did not even have any experience either. They were a UK television actor, film director, another former UK television actor. So it is clear that Company D was a shell company set up to ensure that it was a funnel through which Airbus SE and government official 1 could negotiate and work together. And therefore, when Intermediary 5 presented Company D to Airbus to formalize their relationship, it was rejected because Airbus commissioned an external due diligence report on Company D. The resulting report identified Intermediary 5 as a shareholder and the possibility that he was a close relative of government official 1, who, of course, is John Mahama. Now, the import of that is that it raised issues with the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD Convention on Corruption. That they couldn't work with Intermediary 5 immediately and give him a contract was that it could clash with OECD conventions. So what did they do? To prevent detection, Company D connived with Airbus and an Intermediary 8. They produced another shell company to falsify documents at that level so that Intermediary 5 could be paid through Intermediary 8. The consultant agreement between 8 and Airbus was backdated in order to accommodate this change from March 2012 to January 2010. This was, of course, to make sure that whatever work had been done by Intermediary 5 was paid for through Intermediary 8. That agreement provided for a commission in percentage terms. Needless to say, on 3rd August 2011, the government of Ghana signed a purchase agreement for the sale of 2 C295 aircraft. Between March 2012 and February 2014, Airbus is said to have paid Intermediary 8 a total of 3.9 million euros, nearly €1 million over the agreed commission, which was about 3 million euros. We are further told that between 10th April 2012 and 31st July 2013, Intermediary 8 paid 3.850 million euros to Company D. Intermediary 8 retained about 60,000 euros for itself. As we speak, an attempt to repeat the same thing for the last aircraft failed because they couldn't find Intermediary 8 to be the betweener again. And they couldn't work with Company D because of the relationship and because they were not really genuinely qualified. And so, as we speak, Company D requested 1,675,000 euros from Airbus for the sale of the last aircraft, but it was not paid by Airbus because they couldn't produce a contract. In the face of these facts, it is very necessary for candidate Mahama to come out and be heard publicly. He cannot continue to hide behind others, including a former Attorney General. Of course, we are all aware that he hates answering questions about corruption. He would like to find out if the question is being asked as a former president or as a candidate of the NDC or as a human being. But answer he must, because at this moment, allegedly, all fingers point to him and one of his brothers, his long-lost brother, who he found in the UK. The companies used to receive the bribe money have been named in the court records. The shareholders, the key shareholder, who is very close to the former president, has also been named. Document falsification, kickbacks, lies, and overpayments is what the Airbus scandal is all about. And it appears John Dramani Mahama is deeply involved. He should come out and tell us he was not involved. And if he was not involved, who were? Because at the time, he was the president. He presided over the deals. He was the key decision maker. And he inaugurated the aircraft when they arrived in Ghana. Significantly, this is just one of Mahama's corruption scandals, where it is alleged that he personally leads the negotiations and for his close associates to execute on his behalf and collect the bribes. Ladies and gentlemen, the Airbus issue appears very similar to the Embraer investigations. You will recall then Martin Abidu, now the special prosecutor, who was tasked by President Mills to set up the committee, which was aborted in mysterious circumstances. I hope you recall that. Committee was set up and aborted in mysterious circumstances. As chairman of the Ghana Armed Forces Council, then Vice President John Mahama was frantically receiving delegations from Brazil and negotiating the acquisition of 5 jets, including the most expensive hangar for this poor nation. We will recall a $17 million hangar, not to talk about the $3 million ladder and the extra fuel tank and all those things, which were justified for those huge sums which was foisted on this nation. The late President Mills, may he so rest in peace, was apparently shocked and suspicious of his negotiations when it came to his notice. And that is when the Attorney General then asked that a committee be set up. And you will recall that we were told that the committee included the Honorable William Abua, then head of immigration, Mr. George Amwa, and Brigadier General Alote, retired. Their job was to investigate the excesses in the acquisition of the Embraer aircraft from Brazil. Committee wound up. We didn't know what happened. One of the things Martin Amidu said, and I'll quote him, is that he said, and I quote, "Pressure groups never allowed the committee to take off. But the very fact that the late President Mills contemplated this committee meant that he was uncomfortable with and suspicious of the alleged inflated prices of the aircraft. The state nation is still none the wiser about the truth of the Embraer allegations." And this was an Attorney General serving in government, a serving vice president, a key decision maker as chairman of the armed forces, ensuring that the army would be equipped, who had come under suspicion for another deal on about the same time that the Airbus matters were ongoing. We should realize that this is not the first time a court has boldly declared the Mahama regime an official kleptocracy. This is not the first time. This is not the first time. This is a UK court declaring that there were issues in there. It confirms what the Ghanaian Supreme Court said, that John Mahama and his government came to create, in quotes, to create, loot, and share the resources of the Republic of Ghana. The only regime ever led by John Mahama to have been indicted by a court twice on high-profile corruption claims. The nation has had major issues of corruption, and important allegations have been made against John Mahama personally in his time at the helm of government. He was also personally involved, if you recall, in the Airbus Bribery scandal, Kanazoe and the Eastern Corridor, and the Amajaro issues, which was also foreign to the UK. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a test case. This is a test case. A test for whether John Mahama is fit for purpose in his intent to return to the presidency of Ghana. Can the destiny of this nation once again be entrusted to one who is proven to have indulged the nation's trust with self-dealing for personal enrichment? Fit for purpose tests have become common in public life. You go to football, they are talking fit for purpose. You go to banks, you are looking at fit for purpose. Anywhere you turn now where it involves the public trust, they are looking at whether or not you are fit for purpose. So we are asking, the NPP is asking, the people of Ghana want to know, is candidate Mahama fit for purpose? Is he capable of leading a genuine charge at the presidency and capable of delivering on our trust? We contend that he is not fit for purpose. And until he is able to come out and confirm or deny that he is indeed fit for purpose, as far as we are concerned, we want to believe that he cannot and should not be allowed anywhere near the presidency of Ghana again. Thank you for coming, and may God bless this beautiful nation. Meka twi kakra. You are distracting the life. And then, Edamwasi. Your friend Moha na a 5-year shame, a wound same beer, Sebi, a P. Amanone, a Sendibia. Ah, you crew fair, a dean, Abe Piemo. Your man Penny, another Danko Kufado. Asem no pie nra no wamfa anya kwadworo anadwo no a wakaje agum se yanhwehwem efse ya asem bi a adiwu asem bi a efa akuakuo bi ni nkuro bi wa amanone a ekuro no ba mienu asem yensa kura tu anamon putupuru se omso ohwehwem nti na ne kwan so a ne se ya mampanyi beka se yanhwehwem nti nka ye de nkie nkasa kura se be mampanyi wo ho mayen enso NPP apusu ye Kenya esi ebekasa ne kire se omampanyi dada John Mahama a ne wasa tu sa se wo be pre akonwa kurum ha a odi NDC anim wa Kenya obi ana ni brebu so no o ya attorney general se o meyi ade na no na oyi ano ewo NDC ekuo no krataso san ya no na apusu yen se saa na tie dia yenso ebekenya ye hone abusa om se nukure nie eno nko na ombetimi aya na efse nyano no omde bae no emu awirem enyano na mame de bae enka hwe efse niema no a akoso ama no ne wo mu gire om na so o ma kire bibia mu wo ma kire mu se o mu ne o mampanyi dada nua a o tie bruchire a na sebe abusua no ape na chira kwan acha na omunim no omampanyi no ankasa enwoma a wotwero my first good guitar oka abrante no ho asem a ebepie mu se afedie omahu no omo se saa nipa no ena omne ne ye adwuma na omne ne ye adwuma no nipa ono so ne ye adwuma wo Ghana ha no ono ye fe no government official 1 wo ye obi a yato no so aba o didibre wo soro papa saa dibre no ye friend government official 1 no ono na eba asembia fa wiemu hyen eho a nasem edimu nasem enedimu saa mpempenso yi ne ono no oda Armed Forces Council ano on the yom titinani nti wiem hyen asem bibia fa asrafo nyina nanim ne bepie ampa nti na sem di mu na ni nua no a ne nwoma no a che se wono so ne yehu nui na ni nua ne ne ye adwuma bomu yi de ye sre busa se omampanyi dwoma me asem na akoso no untimi nkotete mareta biri opon achi untimi na ada yen se wonim ho hwe na nkrofo nkasa maw pie na beto wanum tio pie na beto wanum tio se ebra wodi akonwa no wonim sa asem ho hwe na se wonim ho hwe di a hwan na osoma no hwan na ye adwuma da nipa no din adi ne nyina ye hu na anim guase no a aka Ghana wa amanane no ye nyina ye nkopepa ewom se omampanyi si ye nhwehwem nso nhwehwemu no koso no ensai hwe se obi opeso odi yanimu ensai hwe se obi one na moto ayampia se yemfa oman yakonwa enhye ne nsa ensai hwe se obeba begina yanimu aka se me de bensa to me koma so se hwirim ni keta asehye ne proye de efa sa asem we hu ye ntimi mfa mfore me no sa asem no ya na ne kan ye ne din ebusa ne bi pen ubusa na obesem ubusa me se me ye nipa ana ubusa me se me ye kandini ana ubusa me se yesi owura waji ade enye odia wafa obi nsisa wafa aban sika wa bibia bedi wunsam a enye odia na eno ne ye busa wo nti kanokre kire yen se sebe me John Dramani Mahama medi akonwa yi pen a men di anwie nti me pese me sa ebeto aso me se me boaka se asem we asi minim ho hwe na ya asomasi eni asomasi ena yeye yen NPP de ye nyi ni so betimi asi me boaka sa afiso onim hu bi enye nne ne de di kan ya asem se yato no ye nyina ye kai Brazil embraya nsensem we bae papa itimi koye nhyehyeye koto wiemhyen beka che se garage odi wiemhyen ni besim no ehun ka $17 million omampanyi dada owura numonyam ni mills ya memfa ne kransie yamhye no a wote abadwafo se omonhwehwe asem num sie kasai abadwafo no a yama omotena asese omonhwehwe asem no so ekosi baby se kosi he Ghana yenim de esiye eno kura wo se ebusa no kire ye de no nso ekosi ye nti na ne yasem nyina ne se enye ne na dikan ya sebe omampanyi Mahama yabo no so bo se dwirim ne kata asehye ene proye etwa ono ankasa ho ahya we ne toso mienu a sendibia akase aban adwoma amada no pen dwirim ne kasa ahye ne proye mokai se Ghana Supreme Court create loot and share se mono mudwa oman na japade ne tisa hanam mudwa oman na japade ne we this afane sire we afane nsa afise mu boa sade na no na monko amadwa achafa create loot and share Supreme Court enene amanone nso ye ka kire yen se omoka ho bi ena saa ensembwe akoso egu ye man ehufi nti de ye kan ne se omampanyi Mahama ene wiase no sebe opedi brebia ene ade bia abaso ye sisin wo ho hwe se dibre na wo pe no ohun na wo sisin ahwe na so ani se o de be presa dibre na na ye busa no kanokre kire yen na sisin wo ho hwe se nsem wo ye ekoso atwa wo ho ahia yi dibre na wo hwehwe no eye dibre a ese fata se wo pre na mpo ye de amano ana nhwehwemu no koso aban afa no yenso NPP amanyoku sa asem we ne pese John Mahama eyi ano emayen ne to Ghana fo nyina se ampa waworo no ho fan dibre na wo pre no eye dibre bia onim se upusu no a sebe de ho so ti yeda mo asi We'll take questions. And we'll start with English. Okay, now introduce yourself.
Good afternoon. My name is Elsie, and I respond to Ghana Web. My question is: there have been reactions about what is described as the swift response of Kubukwado on this matter, particularly this reference of the issue with the special prosecutor. While other alleged corruption issues related to this government have still not been investigated, I want to know what you have to say about it.
I should take several.
Okay. Council, good afternoon. I work with Jennifer Wilson. You just a while ago, you were very convinced in your mind that the government official one, as cited by the court document, is John Dramani Mahama. So why are you again calling him out to come and talk on what actually? That is one. And then two, we talked about Mountain people. The president, directing him to investigate the matter. There were those who have alleged that the period in which the scandal happened, perhaps he was actually the Attorney General or came to meet the whole process about the scandal. So what exactly, Matanamidu?
About which scandal?
Between the year 2011 and 2015, he played a role as an Attorney General.
Yeah.
So the possibility that he knew about the scandal, or perhaps was even the one who advised government on going ahead with the scandal. So how confident are you that, as the president has directed him to investigate the matter, he will do a good job, sir, and not any conflict of interest?
Very good. Let me begin with the swift response. Indeed, it's very swift and it's very necessary. Our international image is at stake. Other countries, before the ink was dry on the court documents, had already started investigating. I think the president shouldn't even have been the initiator of the process. The president has time and again said that his approach is to empower institutions. In the fight against corruption, if we personalize it to the president, we will lose because he's an individual. Anti-corruption is institution-based. And therefore, so far, all the issues that have happened in this government, which some would want to say are corruption issues, have been referred to institutions. Indeed, as we recollect, the most recent one is the issue to do with the head of the Public Procurement Agency. Am I right? He's been suspended and he's supposed to appear before the relevant institutions. Some people have been sacked at the National Youth Authority. Others have been investigated by the relevant agencies, including the CID, YOCO, and others. If we have issues with the capacity of institutions, let's focus on that. But again, I will advise you that this government is the one who has given the most money to anti-corruption institutions. And go and check the records. In leaps and bounds, the independent institutions have received monies in percentage increments to the extent that the Auditor General, his 2020 budget is nearly 400 million cedis. It's not happened before. It's unprecedented. Shraj, Ioko, all the others have received substantial budgetary allocations. So let us focus. Let us realize that institutions matter in the fight against corruption. Now, if we are going to win, the best institutions are those who will not discriminate between politicians and ordinary people. And that is why the president promised that he would set up the Office of Special Prosecutor. The Office of Special Prosecutor is completely independent of political interference. It can pick and choose, it can do whatever it likes, it can investigate and prosecute, it can initiate. And therefore, it is our hope that fresh institution as it is, as it grows, it will take a very, very major role in fighting corruption in this country. Individual institutions, single institutions have done it in other countries. Singapore is clean because Singapore's anti-corruption institution is one of the strongest in the world. And we expect believe and hope that the Office of the Special Prosecutor will rise to that challenge going forward. Now, calling John Mahama out, it is necessary. We are convinced in our minds that government official one is John Mahama. But is he convinced that he is going to be able to tell the people of Ghana that indeed it is him or not? It is not sufficient for us to make the conclusion. He should come out and tell us whether or not he is government official one. And if he is government official one, can we entrust this nation's future to him with his pension for getting involved in these funny matters? We need to call him out. He needs to tell us what is happening. He needs to be able to let us know that he is trustworthy. He needs to let us know whether he is fit for purpose, because that's what he wants to be, president of Ghana. In his capacity, then, government official one, high elected official, he hasn't conducted himself in the best possible manner. And court records prove it. Court records prove it. So we are calling him out. We need him to come out and tell us. Now, Martin Amidu and advice. I think that where he is now, he is in a position to use legal authority in his office to push this process forward. If he personally feels conflicted, I think his office is equipped because he has a deputy. He has a deputy. That is the deputy, what do you call it? Special prosecutor, who can carry these matters forward. But I will not stand here and purport to determine these matters for Mr. Amidu.
But you admit he was an Attorney General.
Oh, yes. But he was the one who was behind the formation of the committee on the Embraer. Perhaps he would have formed another committee on this one. Or perhaps this one didn't blow up, so we don't know. But I think Martin is an experienced public official, and once the matter has been referred to his office, the protocols of the law setting up the office and the protocols of public life, codes of conduct and otherwise, because all these matters of conflict of interest are governed by law. They are governed by law. Conflict of interest under Article 284 tends to look at whether you are abusing your office for personal gain. If you are conflicted because you are doing official work, then I will find it difficult how we explain conflict.
It will be fair for him to step aside and let the office work.
I am not in a position to determine his procedures for him. You know, Martin is famous for responding to issues, so he will respond to these matters himself, I'm sure.
My name is Marcelo. I work with UBF. The argument people are making is that government is privy to every documentation regarding the acquisition of this data. And so therefore, if there were any corrupt practice, the government would have known it. Two, don't you also think it is prudent for the former president to remain quiet and allow the institution to work so that the outcome will be, known to everyone? So thank you.
My name is Ibrahim Al-Hassan. I work with Star from the G20. Council, two quick questions. Government has actually directed the special prosecutor to take up this matter. In that communication, was it stated that government official one is John Mahama, because that's halfway done as far as the investigations are concerned. Two, does it matter that Parliament actually approved the purchase of these aircraft in the scheme of things?
Last one. Okay. My name is Emmanuel Sadi. I work with Top Defendant TV. In your statement, you keep on you were able to identify that government official one is the former president, but you were not able to tell us who the bride is named. Can you please tell us?
The gentleman from Onia, that the government would have known doesn't make any difference that it's being found out in the UK. It's a non sequitur. So it doesn't stop us from dealing with the matter, now that it's come up at the international level. As for the former president keeping quiet, the longer he keeps quiet, the more I suspect that he is government official one. And if he asked why I'm stating his government official one, the government's statement to the office of the special prosecutor is very neutral. It refers the matter. But as a political party, John Dramani Mahama is our opponent this year, except he decides to step down voluntarily because of these matters. Well, somebody says he should keep quiet. Somebody says he should keep quiet. But short of that, we, the New Patriotic Party, have a very legitimate interest in finding out what happened, because we are going to a contestation where every single day he manages to find something to criticize, including criticizing ambulances, which he de-criticized and re-criticized. He is in a position to criticize everything. So we are in a position to ask him what happened. And he became government official one. We are clear in our minds that he is government official one because of the link to his brother.
Do we know the identity of the brother?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
It's from his own book.
The name, I mean.
The name is, I don't know whether it's fair to name him here. His book, The Coup d'etat. Which coup d'etat was this? Was it a civilian coup d'etat? My first coup d'etat says that his long lost brother is Samuel Adams Mahama. The narrative coincides exactly with the identification in the court documents. Because in my first coup d'etat, we are told that Samuel was taken to the UK at the age of 9 and hidden from his parents.
You mean Maxwell? You mean Maxwell? I've seen Maxwell Mahama. Is that?
You've seen Maxwell Mahama at where? You saw Maxwell at where? Maybe you are privy to some documents that I have not. I am quoting my first coup d'etat. My first coup d'etat identifies the long lost sibling, the long lost brother, as Samuel Adams Mahama. And that Samuel was taken to the UK at the age of 9 and was held incommunicado from his family because his father signed adoption papers without realizing what he was doing. And the British couple were fair to the adoption document. So they kept him away for several years before in the 90s he was reunited with his family. The court documents say that Intermediary 5, who was in charge of Company D, which was doing the negotiations, directly involved in the negotiations, his profile shows that he's a Ghanaian-born UK national who immigrated into the UK at a very, very, very early age and found his family back in the 90s. So the two accounts coincide. And we believe that those accounts are cogent enough for us to infer directly that government official one is John Dramani Mahama. Again, he is allowed to come out and deny it. Parliament's approval, yes. But the fact that Parliament approved it at that time on information they had doesn't mean that today, if adverse information has come out, we cannot deal with that information. That's why you have court processes. Parliament is also subject to law. Yes, so whatever processes are going on, once the investigations go on, the individuals who are involved, if serious matters are found against them and evidence can be adduced in a court of law, the parliamentary approval will not stop them from suffering the consequences of their actions.
Yeah.
Which one?
The question is,
I have done it.
We'll take the last.
this, what do I call it? Two months. The man was
Introduce yourself and the media.
allegedly involved.
Sir.
Introduce yourself. Oh, sorry. I'm from the station.
The man was supposed to be involved with this umbrella scandal that you referred to recently or right now. Now, what kept you, the government, from revisiting it? Because it's an issue that you have brought up for debate or whatever action. So why have you kept him to avoid it? Is it because of indemnity clause for him, or because as a government you must cover up and then let everything go as it is?
Please, my name is Daniel Bailey from Top Media Group. You made mention about the anti-corruption issue, and you said government has released an amount of 400 million Ghana cedis. I just want to find out from you, can you mention maybe 10 or not less than 10 positive results that coming from the anti-corruption institution, which is Martin Amidu?
Let me start from there. I haven't said here that government has released 400 million to anybody.
He said almost.
Please. I said that the 2020 budget, a budget is different from release. The proposed amount of money to be given to that office is a budget. Yes. And I'm saying that this year, that budget is raising to almost 400 million. It doesn't mean it has been given 400 million. Understood? Then, 10 positives of Batiamidu. Why am I? this JHS BEC question, go ask Batiamidu. This one there belongs to Batiamidu. Go ask him. For me, the single positive is that I would even look at two fundamental positives. First is that the President of the Republic had a political will to establish that office with the powers that it has been given. It's a fulfillment of a major need in this country, that we have an anti-corruption agency that is capable of fighting politicians. Because the biggest issue we had was that politically exposed persons appear to be able to evade the law. So if you have an institution that is able to wean itself from political interference, then it is a major, major, major positive. The second thing is that the first appointee to that office, the leader who has been asked to build that office, is patently not part of the president's entourage. Who could be more independent than Martin Amidu in being the first leader of the office of the special prosecutor, established by an NPP government? Who could be? So for those two, I think it's important that we accept and agree that the powers given that office, the independence given that office, the ability to initiate, investigate, and prosecute without interference, and the person who has been put in charge of those powers are a major plus in the fight against corruption and demonstrates the president's political will to fight corruption. President is ready and willing to fight corruption. So that is where I think we should go. Was there another one? It was about Embraer. We choose. Well, we haven't kept quiet. I'm speaking about it today. It will keep coming up. Everything else will come up. Because this year, we are going to look at everybody's records. So everything will come up. If it comes up and the right people and the right institutions want to take action, they will take action. So we are speaking about it. It will come up.
Questions? We'll take first.
Who's the favorite to me? Yeah, you treat me, no.
Please.
Two questions. Did the president refer our office of the SP? Is it because of say beneficiary to it and asset president investigating before the course in 2020. And it's one jamba investigative powers and another bodies in one start initiative. Now the second one, there's some news our public said some missing excavators. And this president are acting on it. And so we say government will be about this and also because maybe NTP be about it.
Adam FM.
Any other one?
We're almost done. We're almost done.
NPP again on the year former president John Mahama ever about the castle as some NPP working we need more here and as I say on NPP for working in Kassan again in a NPP every year
Last one.
Oh, again.
Okay, the question of President Bush said NPP will call him Mahama so on resign. Now, Omunya new candidate because the training up now. Manus is not in case of Bujina, you are saying the moment because if you say now, because now all the source have everyone. NPP move back first on resign. The question of
Mabin Shasia in free referral. Begidi said, yeah. If you say, we no, I'm on assembly, dear Sebi, a tete, hoa, a binum, said they be kind, a binum, dear, a buy, no. Cratanos, dropping a disease or quote, I'm so at the sea one or more. Malaysia foreign crowd, and would you be said no more young what you matter. Aye, indeed, while Kenya no one busa, so when ya, and say, indeed, missing excavator, swab on my money, because the tree. Market dear. Now, TV Africa. What's he? Onimu Honshi. Or bus no because Onimu Honshi. And nonna ye benya nankwe pie abeka kire yen say Onimu Honshi. No Onimu Honshi dia why na ye. If say Sabrina de any course no on a net jaso. On a name and penny. We am shiny bedroom Hanon sono. On a quaji, we am shano, aquaba, tata, and or 2 din, a dan, a dise, we am shana aban, a beboy. Ti omukotiakam, on a tiacunaso. Say be omudi kitahon wonim, omutiaka wonim, no answer the besi, kotokani si, bedanedi, no kodane dia, on canchire. Me who say bring an what tiacunas, not was in papeni. No, or I jume be anywhere, why yet. Na se bibinum na ye adwuma no ma no ase bi na ye adwuma no ma wa ene wo san apre se ye fa adwuma no nhye wonsa adwuma be na ye fa nhye wonsa o ti ase na o chi mai se odine flag bearer beto na over to the e de ye yasem e ye yasem e NDC fo asem se be se mo di obi a ne nsa ho fin sei eba beto aduane mu a wana ne yembe ne ya andi sifo no yembe yo mo ya nti ye de asem ne ba ye be ka no se de yesitie ye de betu dwa na emu ye de tu dwa wi a e wo so mo so ye den o mo tu o mo fo bia na papa yi busa yi se wan bia ye be ka ne sei mo kai se aya oso west work ye vigilante talks wan pie mo kai wampie ye kwahia ne party mpanyimfo wanka ho asem da ye mra atia vigilantes wampie ye wie bibia no nansia wokogina simpie so se edien eto ayampia ne wi afi se ayawa so west wogon achi no anche na hawks kokum enipa wo kumase baby ana esi edu nketia eni omutitre ni e friend say elder owosu ampofo eye nhyiamu emomu dwane ye na eno de omunya anniversary no me twa mo ma yesa ayi no nipakum no ho anniversary ni ehu say NDC fo say omutwa hatwa na de obeye ne na nura ichi a wan pia nka ho asem a ene ne obeka idie me suban ya no nya atwo ehuro mu anu apia ko pe baby enwunu wo enwunu di na no obe ehuro ne kakra me suban ya no we no se emfa kuri enhye ne nsa entimi Eda mwasi. Ya minshira mupi. Eda mwasi.
Ambaye uswa interview. Kaza kwa wani mhiti mu.
Hey, mother.
4 more to do more.
Abdoya Sabre Jumedie no ne pempenso no ye de aba awieye na Sabre ye 1 and 2 I was say ye busa mpanifo no na ye ho ye na mase se mo share Ochimai TV na video no wa wanya bi share ne share mayen na enkoka woni ansa se ne be ya ono so benya bi ahwe na ye ho ne ye ko aha ye Ochimai TV da bia fo ne to ye so ye the live coverage ebe brewo wo dwumadi a ye di nkofo ne nyina se for more for nana na enseme ya akoso die emu awram ye pa ye da mase be se mo share Ochimai TV pia o